topic is dramatic improvement. I love the sound of that.
Yeah, well, dramatic improvement is about getting dramatically better results in a shorter period of time with less effort and cost and money.
Brilliant. I'm sold. I'll have that, please. So tell me a bit about how you work through that.
Well, the basic idea is that I found a number of years ago, I found a different way of thinking about things that enables you to get very different sort of results. I got quite excited about it and have spent the last 10 or 15 years smoothing out the method, coming up with a library of solutions that anyone can apply to just about anything to get significantly better results immediately.
Okay, so the thinking is based on the fact that actually we all think in a certain way and therefore we get a predictable set of solutions when in fact there could be lots of others.
Absolutely, and the solutions that we do get run their course and we're then stuck with nowhere else to go and don't really know what else to do about things.
Yeah.
So the whole idea with this is that there are a number of standard ways in which you can get significantly better results that aren't that conventional but work everywhere.
Right, okay. Now, I know this is like nearly 20 years of research and a big, complex topic, but are you able to break it down for us just a little bit?
You know, first of all, the basic idea is that every single situation can be improved dramatically by anyone.
Right.
We think that things can't be improved because we're stuck in our existing thinking.
Right.
It's not that there aren't opportunities to improve, it's just that we can't see them.
Okay. So it's outside of the scope of how our brain currently works?
Absolutely.
Okay. So how do you access new information that normally is invisible to you?
Yeah, that's the big question. And the big trick is...
I got there.
And the big trick is to realize that there's only a small set of patterns for dramatic improvement.
Right.
We're used to applying them in other areas, but we don't realize that they apply in this area, area where we're at the end of our abilities.
So give me an explanation of what you mean by a pattern.
So for example, there's simple things that we know how to do in relationships, for example, like we heard from Janine earlier today, that we apply when things are going well, but when things are going badly, as she said, we forget to apply those particular things.
Right.
And so we look at the situation and it's very challenging and we don't know what to do and we blame the other person, when the reality is that there's simple things that we can do that we just haven't thought to apply in the situation.
Right, okay. So, and your dramatic improvement methodology can be applied to relationships, to businesses, to
just about anything. We haven't found anything that we haven't been able to apply it to,
right.
But get very excited as soon as we find something that looks as if it can't apply to, so that we then work to try and improve the framework to say, so how can we address this issue?
Basically, you like to see a problem and say, this is not going to beat me.
Yeah, well, I have this cold feeling in the pit of my stomach if I've dealt with a client and promised them the earth or how we're going to get these gains and walk away thinking, these guys are so onto it, how can we possibly improve this? But then you go through the process and very quickly you come up with stuff that they look at and say, but that's so obvious, why didn't we see it before?
Right.
And the answer is, well, you and all of us.
Yeah. So give me an example of a typical, say, a commercial or corporate problem that you might, bring a different approach to.
So, for example, there are a whole lot of things. Process improvements, improving projects, improving sales, improving production, improving engagement in the organization, helping people with their confidence, helping people get more done in a week. It's the sort of stuff that we all do, but this is just a sort of different spin on it that gives you significant gains in a short period of time.
Right. Now, can that also be applied to individual problems?
Totally. So whether it's your mother-in-law or your career.
My mother-in-law's lovely, I'm just going to say. Roast lamb dinner tonight.
Yeah, so it can be applied to absolutely everything because it's just a simple way of thinking. And there's 6 standard pattern categories that you can use to say, well, could it be this one? Could it be that one?
Right.
You can cut this any way you like, but these 6 are most helpful for people. So the first one is flow. Is there a way that we can get things to flow better, flow faster, have more flow through?
Okay, so removing bottlenecks, that kind of thing.
Effectively. So the big thing is find where the bottleneck is and get more through the bottleneck. Now, we all love that idea, but most of us don't even know where the bottleneck is in the situation that we're looking at. So that's a good place to start. Where's the bottleneck? And then how do I get more through it?
Right. So that's flow. What's the next one?
The next one's ingenuity, thinking outside the box.
Okay, so coming up with great ideas.
Absolutely.
Brilliant.
The next is change. Great coming up with a good idea, but how do you implement it and bring it about?
And people don't like change. Yeah,
absolutely.
that's worthwhile. What's the next one?
So the next one is mastery.
Yeah.
How do you get significantly better at something very, very quickly?
Yes, without having to do the mythical 10,000 hours.
Yeah, totally. This is hours and days of getting virtual capability and then improving over time.
Yeah. And the next?
The next one, synergy and collaboration. How do we work together with people? We're really bad at that, and there's simple ways that you can do to work together better with people, whether it's relationships or projects, anything like that.
And we heard from Janine, you can change the world with changing relationships.
Totally. Totally agree with that. And the final one is motivation. How do we key into the things that we really want to do? And most of us don't even know the sorts of things that we really want to do and that excite us.
Yes, and as you know, I am passionate about motivating
Totally.
people. So dying to hear more of that in the future.
Great.
Thanks so much for joining us.
Brilliant.